Once upon a time in a small village, a young boy, about 10 or 12 years old, lived with his parents. One day after many years, he decided to visit his grandfather's village. The moment he arrived, he spent all his time playing with his grandfather. One day while they were playing, the boy looked at his grandfather and said, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be really successful. Can you tell me some ways to become successful?" With a warm smile, his grandfather nodded and said, "Of course, I'll show you something that might help." He took the boy to a plant nursery where they sold small saplings. His grandfather bought 2 tiny plants and they went back home. Once home, his grandfather planted one of the saplings in a big pot and placed it inside the house. The other sapling he planted outside in the garden. Turning to the boy, he asked, "Which plant do you think will grow better in the future?" The boy thought for a moment and said, "The plant inside the house will probably grow better because it will be safe from all problems. The one outside will face risks like harsh sunlight, storms, heavy rains, and even animals." Grandfather smiled and said, "Let's see what happens to them in a few years." 4 years passed and the boy visited his grandfather again. He couldn't wait any longer and asked, "Grandpa, last time I asked you how to be successful, but you didn't tell me anything. Now you have to tell me." Grandfather smiled and said, "Sure, but first let's check on the plants we planted a few years ago." He led the boy to the plant inside the house. To the boy's surprise, it had grown into a nice, healthy plant. Then they went to see the one planted outside. To the boy's astonishment, the little sapling had turned into a massive tree. Its branches were long and strong, casting a huge shadow over the ground. Grandfather turned to the boy and asked, "So which plant has grown bigger and stronger? Which one has been more successful?" The boy said, "The one we planted outside." "But Grandpa, how did that happen? It faced so many dangers. It went through storms, intense sun, heavy rains, and maybe even animals. How did it grow into such a strong tree?" Grandfather smiled and said, "You're right. The plant we put outside faced all kinds of problems, but those very problems helped it grow stronger. The storms, the rain, the sun, they all made its branches tougher. Now it's strong enough to handle anything, and no problem can shake it." He looked at the boy and added, "Remember one thing in life. Until you face struggles, until you go through difficulties, you will never truly achieve success. If you always choose the easy path, you will never grow as much as you could. But if you are prepared for every challenge, ready to face every problem, no goal will be impossible for you. Soon, even the biggest challenges will seem small to you." The boy took a deep breath and looked up at the towering tree, his grandfather's words echoing in his mind. Friends, we often see problems, obstacles, and difficulties as our enemies. But these very challenges, these struggles, are what make us stronger and help us achieve greater success in life. And remember, if you're not facing any problems in life, it might be a sign that you're on the wrong path. So if you want to share this powerful lesson with others, don't forget to like this video. Let's spread the message of growth and strength.